My name is Emma Magnuski, and this is a video explanation of problem 4 in section 1.3 of Sibylla Beckham's textbook. It is part of a video assignment for my mathematics for teacher courses at Bridgewater State University. So, we'll be going over decimal points today and plotting them on a number line and finding a point in between. So here's 0.6, and this is the tenths place. And 0 is technically a single number, or a 1. Even though it's not a 1, it's a single number, which is the ones place. So in order to make it have a tenths place, we will be putting 0.0. So now, in order to number this number line, we will do it to be able to get these two numbers on it, and be able to find a middle ground. So we'll number 0.0, 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, 0.6, 0.7, 0.8, 0.9, and 1.0. So there's 10 tenths within the number 1. So, give me 1 second. We are looking at between 0 and 0.6. So we have to find a middle ground between the two. So there are 6 places. So we count 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. So between 0 and 0.6, the middle ground would be 0.3. Okay? So now we move on to 0 and 0.7. So 0.00 technically has a tenths place and a hundredths place. And this only has a tenths place. So in order to make it have a hundredths place, we'll add another 0. So to put this on the number line, it would be 0.00, 0.10, 0.20, 0.30, 0.40, 0.50, 0.60, 0.70, 0.80, 0.90, and 1.00, because this equals 1, just like the one above. So we are looking at this right here and this one. So it's a little different because 7, be able to divide 7 in 2 in half would get you sort of a rocky number. So we're going to try to find a middle ground somewhere in between here. And it's 1 more than 6, which we had up here. And so let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 parts. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 parts. Be able to find a middle ground. If we go 3 in on each side, we get this middle part right here. That's still. And a halfway part in between would be 0.35. Alrighty. In 3, 0, 0, 3.0, and 3, if you notice, are pretty much the same exact number. So on our number line, if we were just to plot 1.00, 2.00, 3.00, 4.00, and 5.00, we notice that this would be the same. We took away 1 0, equal that. We took away both zeros, it would equal that. So our final one, 3.7777 and 3.77. So this has a tenths, hundredths, thousandths, and 100 thousandths. And this just has a tenths in hundredths place. So if we added a 0 onto it, we would get the thousandths place. So in order to plot these, we could put it on the number line as 3.770, 3.771, 3.772, 3.773, 3.774, 3.775, 3.776, 3.777. Aha! That's part of this number. 3.778, 3.779, and the number 4. Okay. Oh no. Sorry about that. The number 3.800. Okay. So what we are working with here is this number right here because we have it right there. And we're working with part of 3.77. Now, in order to graph in between, if we go like this and we make another number line, we'd be able to see from this graph that 3.777, 3.7771, 3.7772, 3.7773, 3.7774, 3.7775, 3.7776, 3.7777, 3.7778, 3.7779, and 3.8. Nope. Yeah. So, if we look in here, 3.77 is towards the end of this section right here. So we're going to plot it right there. So a halfway point between 3.777 and 3.770. So it's similar to the one we did up here, but it's not quite because we have the added numbers of 7. So if you look at 3.778, it looks like 3.774 would be the midpoint. So we're going to graph and put the midpoint, the middle of this, to be right here. Because it's not quite 3.774 because it's not 3.778, but those are the mid, is the midpoint of that. And this is just a little bit before right there, see? So we're going to graph the midpoint as 3.7737. And that's it for comparing decimals.